all, welcome to next Python lecture series, that is functions in Python. So far we have covered data types, data structures, control statements and few programs. Now we can step into next Python feature, that is functions in Python. So what is function? A function is a block of organized reusable code that is used to perform single related action. With the help of function, the feature that we can add to a programming language is a reusability of code. A single function can be reused many times. Functions provide better modularity for your application and a high degree of code reusing. So these two are the advantages of using function in any programming language. Python also gives us many built-in functions like print, etc. But we can create our own functions, and these functions are called user-defined functions. And we are going to cover some how to define a user-defined function, how to use a user-defined function in this lecture series. Let's see how to define a function. The function block begins with the keyword def followed by function name and parenthesis. And what is contained in this parenthesis? Any input parameters or arguments should be placed within these parentheses. You can define parameters inside these parentheses. The first statement of function can be an optional statement, documentation string of function or dot string. The code block within every function starts with a colon and it should be indented as told in case of loops and branching statements. The statement return followed by an expression is used to exit a function by passing back an expression to the caller. A return statement can be used without any arguments. This also helps to return from a function, but it returns none value. Now comes a syntax for defining a function. Here, syntax is as shown here. The keyword def is used to define a function followed by a function name, and we can specify parameters inside this parenthesis. And this should be followed by colon. Now, after this comes the function code. Inside the function code, see, this need to be indented as told in case of loops and branching statement. Once a function block code is executed, or inside the function block code, we can add what return statement. We can either return a value or return none value from a function. By default, parameters have a positional behavior and you need to inform them in the same order that they were defined. That we will see later. An example of how to define a function is shown before. Here, we are defining a function name print me, which accepts a parameter. str is a variable name used to accept the parameter. And inside the function, just first is a comment statement. This prints a pass string into this function. And this is what is optional. And inside the print statement, what we are doing, we are printing the content of str. That is, what values passed to this function is printed inside the function block. And after that, we are returning from the function. Now we can see how to call a function. Defining a function only give it a name and specify the parameters that are to be included in the function and the structure or the block of code that is to be executed. Once a basic structure of a function is finalized, you can execute it only by calling it from another function or directly from the Python prompt. In order to call a function in Python, just use the function name followed by parameters in the parentheses. We'll see with and there are two mechanisms by which we can pass parameters, pass by reference and pass by value. All parameters or arguments in Python language are passed by reference. Many other languages support pass by value as well as pass by reference mechanism. It means if a change a parameter refers to within a function, changes will be reflected back in the calling function. That is, any change to parameters inside the function will be reflected back in the calling function. That's the meaning of pass by reference mechanism. Now we'll see a simple example. See, here we are defining a function def, keyword used is def, and the function name is cal. And this function accepts two parameters which are accepted to the variable a comma b. And inside the function we are printing something. We are calculating a plus b and printing its value inside the function. After that we are returning from the function, and this function returns no parameters. And in the main program we are accepting values to the variable a comma b, and this is a call function. We are calling the function by specifying the function name and passing parameters. So the value in this variable a will be passed to the first parameter, and value in this variable b will be passed to the second parameter in the function definition. So in effect, what is this program doing? This program is accepting two values by defining a function and printing its sum. Another example. See here this function is returning some value or expression to the caller. So here again we are defining a function cal which accepts two parameters a comma b, and this function is returning a value to the caller. So what changes to be done in the caller? Here also we are accepting two inputs from user. We are calling the function, and this function will return a value. That value is printed by this print statement. Result is same, but this function is defined in a different way. Arguments. Functions can be called by using following types of formal arguments, and they are required arguments, keyword arguments, default arguments, and variable length arguments. We'll see these arguments one. So first, what is required argument? Required arguments are the arguments passed to function in correct positional order. It should be passed in correct positional order. Hence, the number of arguments in the function call should match exactly with the number of arguments in the function definition. We will see this with an see this example. Here I am defining a function print me which accepts a parameter str, and inside the function asking the system to print the content of str. But see, when the function is being called, am I passing any argument? No, I'm not passing any argument. So what will happen when we execute this program? It will result in this kind of error. That is, we are missing some positional argument str is shown as an error message. So how can we rectify this? By passing some string value while calling this parameter. It not be a string value, some parameter. Means in case of Python, what is assigned to this variable will be considered during runtime. So by passing some value to this function, this error can be rectified. So in this case, this string Python will be passed to this particular variable str during runtime. So I'll get correct output. So that is first category of argument. Second one is keyword argument. Keyword arguments are related to function calls. When you use keyword arguments in a function call, the caller identifies the argument by parameter name, not by position. This allows you to skip few arguments or place them in out of order, because Python interpreter is not looking the position to identify the argument, but it is looking for the keyword to provide some match with the values with parameters. So this is another important feature of Python, the usage of keyword argument, where arguments are identified by their keyword, not by their position. We will see. For keyword argument is here. Here we are defining a function print info with two parameters name and age. But see how the parameters are passed to this function. Parameters are passed using some keyword. That is, there are two parameters in function definition with keyword name and age. This same keyword is used while calling the function. So to the second parameter whose keyword is age, we are passing the value 50. To the first parameter whose keyword is name, we are passing the parameter Nikki. And see how the order is here and here. In function definition, the parameters were in the order name, comma, age. But by calling, we have shuffled the parameter. But it doesn't matter in the case of keyword parameter, and we'll get correct result. That's a quality of keyword parameter. Next is default arguments. What is a default argument? A default argument is an argument that assumes a default value. If we are not providing some value by function call, the default value will be assigned to some parameters. We'll see with an example. See, and this function, again, there are two parameters, name and age. But age is assigned a default value 35. And see the function calls. First function call is using keyword argument as shown in the previous example. But in second function call, I haven't specified age. But still, we'll get an output. And see what's the age here for the second function? 35. How does this come? Because we had specified the default value for this argument as 35. That will be considered in case if we miss to pass some arguments to the function call. That's the use of default argument. Now comes the last case, variable length argument. You may need to process a function for more arguments than you specified while defining the function. These arguments are called variable length arguments and are not named in function definition unlike the required or default arguments. So this is how we will define a variable length argument function. Def function name, you can specify formal arguments star followed by variable argument. We'll see this with an. See, we are defining a function print info where there is a normal argument and a variable length argument which is defined as star followed by a variable name. Because we doesn't know the size of this argument or length of this argument in the initial stage, we may in each and every function call this may vary. So what is done in this function? We'll print some output. We'll print argument 1. And since the second argument can be a variable length, we will traverse each and every element in the second argument and print one by one. That is what is done in this function. So see the output. In the first case, we are passing only one argument which is assigned to argument 1. In the second parameter, no values are assigned to second variable length argument. So only we'll get output as 10. But in the second case, we are passing 3 arguments. Where the first argument is passed to arg1 and the second and third argument will be passed to this variable length argument. So this variable length argument will be traversed using a for loop and every element of it will be printed using the print statement inside the for loop. So this is how a variable argument works. So we have covered the 4 category of arguments in case of Python function. Which are they? They are default arguments, positional arguments, keyword arguments and variable length. In this lecture series we have just introduced functions in Python, how to define functions in Python, how to call a function in Python and various categories of argument passing mechanism in Python. So thank you for now. We'll see more examples in coming lectures.